and I'm delighted to introduce you to some of the Backstage members. If you're still sitting on the fence and you're not sure whether Backstage is for you, then I thought it'd be really nice for you to meet some of the members, hear their stories, and hopefully you can relate to some of what they are saying. So I've got Cath here with me, and Sarah and Meghana, who's just made it on. Well done. And you know, before we get started, if anyone's watching, if you've got any questions that you'd like the members to answer, then please do post that in the comments section, and then I'll pick those up and ask those to the members. If you're watching this on the replay, then please do let us know if you've got any questions, and we'll get back to you with those. So let's get started. Cath, would you like to go first? If you just start by introducing yourself in terms of, you know, your lifestyle, if you're married, you've got children, you know, who are you?
Okay, excuse me. So I'm Catherine, and I'm 47, and I'm married, and we have a son who's 9. I don't work, but I used to be an oncology nurse, which I used to love a lot. Then I got quite sick with an autoimmune disease, and so hence the reason I don't work at the moment is because I'm just recovering from that, and that took 7 or 8 years to recover from. So one of the reasons I do the Sarah's ballet, Backstage Ballet, is I have problems with energy. So I can't tell from one day to the next whether I will have enough energy to go for a run or go for a walk or whatever. But with Backstage Ballet, it's like a little ballet buffet at your fingertips. So you can decide. It is like a little smorgasbord. So it can suit my energy levels. Before that, I didn't do anything. I didn't run. I'd done the usual lifting weights in the gym, which is ultra boring, and surrounded by and it's got this awful pounding music, and you hurt yourself, and it's just so boring. But this is lovely because you have lovely music, which is very graceful, and it's a very mindful practice. So it's almost meditative, and it's gentle, but it's very intense, or it isn't as intense as you might want it to be.
And I should mention how Cath and I met. Actually, Cath does attend my local classes. So I think you've been coming. How long have you been coming now, Cath?
18 months. It's the longest I've ever stuck to any exercise regime in my life.
So having attended those classes, what prompted you then to join Backstage?
Because of my energy, I can't do more than one of your local classes. So the Backstage means that how much energy I have, and depending on my wellness that week, I can pick and choose what I can do, and I can flip through like a file effects of lessons and just do whatever I want, depending on how well I feel. And sometimes I do 2, so I do like half an hour and a warm-up, and sometimes I just do the warm-up to stretch because I feel all tight and yucky. So it's like a adjunct to the lesson during the week with you.
And what benefits are you finding now, you know, having that freedom that you're not just reliant on the 1 hour class per week, and obviously your energy levels are an issue, but what benefits are you finding doing those at home for your condition as well? Is it helping?
Yeah. So I've got little muscles. I've got little muscles in my arms, and my core is much better. In fact, it's the best it's been in my life. And because when you have a chronic illness, you just lose muscle tone because you can't exercise. So I'm starting to get muscle tone back now, and for me, it's just a slow, steady, gentle incline towards that. So I can go at my own pace, and I can see that I'm getting more and more resilient as I go along. And one of the good things about your Backstage Ballet is that I never get sore. You know, like when you're pumping iron in the gym and you hurt yourself. I've never hurt myself in your classes, and I never feel sore because your stretches, your warm up and your warm down, your cool downs are really thorough. So I don't feel achy, probably because I don't work hard enough.
We'll sort that out next week.
And I do from the local class, but not the one.
And if there are people watching this that are still sitting on the fence and they're, you know, not sure, should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? You know, it's £19.99 a month. Should I spend the money on myself? What would you say to them?
Oh my God, I would so do it. It's like £5 a week, which is 2 coffees a week. I would much rather do this than go to a gym filled with mirrors. This is so convenient. I do it before I pick my son up from school for 15 minutes if I can't be bothered getting my mat out and getting into my snazzy yoga pants. I just do it in whatever I'm wearing, and off you go 15 minutes later. It's cool. Two cappuccinos a week. Awesome.
Which arguably we shouldn't be having anyway, right? We shouldn't be drinking water. That's great. Thank you so much, Cath. I'd like to introduce you to Sarah now. Sarah's been a member of Backstage since July, I think. Is that right, Sarah? So Sarah, do you want to introduce yourself and let us know what you were doing before Backstage? BB.
Sure. I never know quite which order I should say this in, but I've got 3 small children there. I've got 4-year-old twins and a just turned 6-year-old. And I'm a lawyer for a firm in the city. I work full time doing that. So I'm kind of busy in the true sense of like always trying to do work whilst feeling guilty about doing mum stuff, and always trying to do mum stuff whilst feeling guilty about work. So it's a raving cliche, but it is true that I sort of feel sometimes that I do both of those things badly. And although things are slightly less crazy now, when I had 3 kids under 2, and for a good couple of years after that, it was just insane. I mean, you really could meet their basic needs and then try to do what you could for work. And so exercise was always like just the last priority that I had. And for a long time, I kind of was all right about that, because I thought, well, look, you can't do everything. You know, I can't prioritize, 5 hours a week in the gym. It's just never going to happen. And then as the kids got a bit older and, they start to be less physically demanding, I started to kind of think I really ought to get back into exercise, and I really want to sort of feel better about myself. And for me, it's the psychological benefit that actually is probably the bigger thing necessarily than the physical benefits, although they're good. I think for a long time I just felt guilty a lot for not doing any exercise, or not sort of allowing my body the time to do the sort of things I wanted. And so that's why Backstage has been fabulous for me, because it's just so convenient. Like, I am never going to be that person that goes for a run every evening when I've got off the train, got home, put the kids to bed, had something to eat, and it's 8:30 and it's dark and cold. Like, I massively admire people who do that, or the people who, set their alarm for 5:30 in the morning and get up and do it. Like, that is never, ever going to be me. And the same with the gym. Like, in my past life, I would enjoy going to the gym, or I'd enjoy belonging to various classes and that kind of thing, but it's just never going to happen. Whereas this is brilliant because I can do it in a way that totally works for me. And I was interested in Cath saying, I do it for a bit before I go and pick my son up. And for me, like, in any different week, there'll be a different combination of things that work. And if I'm totally honest, like, some weeks there just isn't the time and I don't do it. But like, that's okay. I'm not paying a expensive gym membership and not going, and I'm not, letting someone down in a class. So, you use the phrase for people who are on the fence. Like, I think for me, it's like almost better to do something than nothing. And I mean that in an entirely positive way, but like, because I belong to this and I have the support of the other people and I want it to work, I feel great because I'm doing something. And some weeks I do a lot and it's brilliant and I love it. And other weeks I might do less than I want to, but actually that still really, really works for me and is really beneficial. And, I've always enjoyed dance. Dance would be the one exercise that I'd choose if I had all the time in the world. So it makes perfect sense to do that. So yeah, look, I mean, it's cool. I think I agree with Cath. Totally sign up. It's not a massive commitment, and you can totally make it convenient and work for you. So why not, right?
That's great. And it's when are you managing to fit it in? What's
It depends.
kind of,
I sometimes do it at work.
With this, you know, I'm always saying I don't subscribe to the all or nothing approach with anything really, but particularly with exercise. And it's lovely to hear you say the word something, because I use that all the time. You know, it's not all or nothing, it's something. And we absolutely will have weeks where, you know, the wheels fall off and, you know, it's all going horribly wrong. But that's a cycle that all of us can be in. And provided we know that when we come off that, we know the path to get back on, each time we go through that cycle, the path to get back on becomes easier and it becomes quicker. So, sorry, I'll let you answer the actual question that I asked you now, which was, you know, when do you manage to do something? When do you fit it in?
It really depends. So my littlest one's just started school just a few weeks ago. And so that's been amazing for me, because I work from home. I try to work from home 1 day a week. And so now, I've like got from 9 till 3 without my children in the house. So like, that's now a brilliant time when I make sure whatever happens, like, of course I can do, you know, an hour's exercise. The rest of the time, it really depends. Like in the summer, I was quite good at putting the kids to bed and then doing it in the evening, because, you know, it's still light. We had all that fabulous weather. Like, I absolutely love the warmth. So that made a big difference. I think moving into winter, I'm not that sure. I think it will just always depend on what's going on. The weekends are easier because it's easy to fit in. So, you know, no totally established routine, because that just wouldn't work with my life. So yeah, as and when. But because it's not a huge time commitment, and because you don't have to travel, and, you know, exactly like Cath said, you don't think, oh God, I have to, you know, get dressed up specially and do anything particularly special. You really can shoehorn it in a quick few minutes, which is, you know, absolutely fab and works brilliantly.
Brilliant. Yeah, at the end of the day, you know, we've got to make it work with our lifestyle. So That's perfect to hear you say that. Thank you, Sarah. Meghana, hello.
Hello.
Friend with you.
Yeah. My 9-year-old son is curious to see Mummy going live on Facebook, and he's hiding because he doesn't want to be seen. So.
He's hiding now behind the curtains. Do you want to just talk briefly about, you know, you've obviously got a son. Just introduce yourself and let us know what you were doing before you joined Backstage. You joined in July, I believe. Yeah.
Yes, I did. So I work full time in London, and I've got 2 little boys, so 5-year-old and a 9-year-old. So full time working mom. I joined the Breaking Ballet in July, but I had done your free challenges, I think 3 times before then. And every time I thought, maybe I will join in. Let me say, because I do another online personal trainer fitness program that I've been doing for 2.5 years now, which is more traditional HIIT cardio, weight training, that type of thing. But ballet was something I always thought, I can't do it in my age. I've never done it as a child. But when I did your challenges, I thought, actually, I can do something and it's doable at home. So after I did your first challenge, I think I did the local ballet bar class as well. It used to be Saturday morning, but with kids' classes and other things, it was a bit of a juggle. Plus, every Saturday getting up and getting out of the house at 8 o'clock. Sometimes I want to lie in, and then it's like, I can't make it. So I quite like the idea that I could do it from home. And when I did the 2-week challenge, I think that was back end of June or early July. After doing 2-week one, there were certain workouts in it which made me feel, I've been doing workouts for 2.5 years and I still haven't worked those muscles out. And I could also see the advantage of doing it with light music in the background. Also, when I'm tired, I can still get in the ballet workout for 15 minutes, but doing a traditional workout on days I'm tired in the evening, I would probably skip. Although I think my thumb rule is I don't usually skip more than 2 days in a row, because then I can't come back onto it easily. And I'm just worried that I might slip longer and not do it. So I would rather do 10 minutes than do nothing. Um, so that's what I think attracted me to breaking ballet. I think you mentioned a bit about the cost. If I just did a calculation thinking if I'm doing a class every week, I'm paying probably around 12 to 15 pounds for an hour's class. And I would have to go to the class and do it. Yes, it's an hour, but I'm then tied into the time and the day to do it. But when I do your course, I can do it when I want to do. And it's essentially 2 classes worth cost-wise, but it gives me flexibility to do it every day for 30 days a month. And I think I quite like your style because although it's online, but you explain everything properly. And in the backstage community, you are very active, you answer the queries and you are open to, so like I've shared a photo of one of the workouts when I was doing it, and I wasn't sure whether I'm doing it right. And once I shared it, you could guide me to how I could make a modification to it to make it work for me. And I think for me, that's a really big support because I've never done ballet before. So it's always, I'm like, okay, am I doing it right or not? And having that support actively makes a difference.
Yeah, definitely. And what, I know you say that you're doing other workouts as well, but in relation to the ballet, what kind of benefits are you seeing? I know you've talked quite a bit about it inside the members group. You talked about your lower back pain and all that kind of thing. What can you share now with people that are watching about the benefits that you found with these ballet workouts in particular?
Okay, I think couple of things. So flexibility, definitely I have seen improvement in that. I've got a problem of push vertebra in my lower back. So there are certain things I can't do on traditional workouts, and I suffer with tight hip flexors and glutes. But doing ballet workouts actually has made it, I think in some ways it made my body open up, and I felt it's more fluid, it's more flexible, it's more moving. And when I do the other workouts, I feel my form's better in the other workouts as well. And I think my back's getting stronger with the ballet workouts. And I've seen my hamstrings were tight when initially I started the ballet workouts. And I remember doing the one, I think, which was in your recent challenge day 8, where light abs one, where lie down on your back and bring the feet up straight at 90 degrees. And I remember doing it when I did it first time in the challenge. Even after enrolling in breaking ballet, my legs wouldn't go straight, but now they do. And I'm still doing the other workouts, the traditional workouts, but the flexibility is increasing and it's becoming a constant rather than it goes back and then I have to work on it. So
yeah, great. And what would you say to people that are watching that are still sitting on the fence and, you know, thinking, is this right for me? Do I spend the money or not? I don't know if I'm going to, you know, get on with this. What advice would you give to them?
I would say, yeah, go for it. I think it's the best they can get in terms of the support, the exercises, the guidance, and also it's a workout you can do anywhere and you still do the strength using your body strength instead of waiting for weights or anything like that. So if I'm on holiday, I'm happy to I can do this workout and I can make 15 minutes out of my time to do this workout and still keep up with my fitness without worrying about I haven't got the supporting material with me to be able to do it. I think, yeah, go for it. Seriously, go for it. You'll not you'll not look back on it. I think it's amazing, the whole support. And also, Sarah, you don't do just the workout. As when we take the membership, you do the whole food diary, recipe diary and everything. And so having access to all that, I think it's a really good holistic approach. And many times some people are into nutrition and exercise both, but some people struggle with, should I be looking into my diet? What should I be doing? Should I be actually going into dieting, or can I do clean eating? And there's so much information around. I think your approach to having everything in moderation, and your recipes also are so easy to follow that someone can just come in and actually just follow the whole program. So I would say go for it. Don't think. I know a bit hypocritical because it has taken me 3 challenges to enroll into it.
We got you in the end though, Meghana. We got you in the end.
But I think I've enrolled into it, and I would never look back. I've never looked back, and I still do it most days. And I think it matters to me the most the days I'm tired. I come back like 7:30 in the evening, and I still want to do it because it calms my mind down. And when I'm doing it, I don't feel I have done it for 15 minutes. And many times I feel, I'm not sure if I've done it right because I haven't felt it where I should be feeling it. But next day morning, I know that, yes, I
And what do you, I mean, I've had lots of questions this week from people sort of dipping their toes in and sort of saying, well, you know, are there any warm-ups, or are there any cool downs, and what about this and what's about that? And I think, you know, I'd really encourage people to go and look at that tour that the video tour that I emailed out to everybody, because you do get to have a complete look around inside the membership. But as Meghana was saying, everything that you need to get back on track with your health and fitness is inside there. But I just wanted to finish up by asking you each just one more question. So Cath, let's go back to you. What is your personal favourite part about the membership? Which bit do you really enjoy? Or that you think is unique or a bit different, or any of you? Cath needs time to think. I put you on the spot. If anyone knows the answer, shout out.
What's unique is that I actually do it. That's unique is that it has captured my, I'm quite enamored by it because I love ballet and I love movement and I love graceful movement, and it's all of that. And like you said before, it calms down my mind, but it's great for my body. So it is a very holistic form of exercise. There's tons of things I like about it. It's really cheap. It makes me feel great. I can do it at my convenience. I feel very graceful, even though I probably look like a little baby elephant boinging around the
not true.
But I can dream. Yeah, there's tons of things I like about it, which is why I've stuck with it for so long. I don't usually do that.
Great, thanks, Cath. Sarah?
Lots of the same reasons, although the one thing I'd probably pick out is the challenges. Like, I really like it when I get an email saying, oh, next week we're going to do an abs challenge or whatever, because it seems really kind of manageable, and it's a bit of a clean slate every time, and it kind of sometimes gives me the kick I need to be like, oh, do you know what, actually, you know, I can do 15 minutes every day for the next 10 days or something. Like, it's just a bit new, it's a bit fresh. As I say, it doesn't seem like climbing a mountain, and, you know, before I know it, I've sort of done 5 or 6 days and you think, oh gosh, actually that was fine. So yeah, probably the challenges is the thing I pick out, just because they're a bit new and a bit different, and they always do kind of new.
Right. Meghana?
I think lots of similar things, but one unique thing is I can do it without the need for anything other than just me being there. So I just need to be present and do it. And I think that's the most unique aspect for me. And I see improvements in week on week. I think when I started, when I look at Sarah doing it, it's just like, oh, I don't think I would ever be able to get there. But even in 8 weeks, I feel I'm getting a little bit closer every day I'm doing it. And I feel like, although I'm not, but I feel like, yes, I'm a ballet dance. Yes, apart from that, it's a very holistic approach. And when you get the membership, you don't have to buy a recipe bundle separately or food advice, nutrition advice separately. It all comes together. When the uniqueness of doing it without needing anything else. It's so I think my favorite is your arms workout, and probably day 7 of the recent challenge as well, because I get the same burn, in fact more burn than I would in a traditional exercise doing those. And I used to think after doing it for 2.5 years, I've built up upper body strength. But no, that arms workout, even when I do it now, I still feel I still feel the burn, and I think that's the beauty of it. Yeah.
It's a good burn though. It's a good feeling.
And one more thing, Sarah, actually, you do have in the membership area, so I'm only doing the first 8 weeks at the moment, but you do have the warm up and cool down, and you do have a diary where we can use the warm up and cool down, but you also have a alternative option where people are less on time and they can just do 15-minute workout straight. So I quite like it, because some days I just do warm up and 1 workout, some days I do warm up and 2 workouts, or some days I do 2 workouts in the morning, I would do cool down in the evening. So I can split it the way I want. And as I said, I'm able to do this in addition to my traditional workouts, and I don't want to let go of the other one, but I don't want to let go of this as well. And because I've seen improvements in posture, in toning in the body, and I think it just brings a different aspect to my workout. And also I feel this is something I can carry on all my life. It's not linked to how old I am. And if I have injury, I can still carry on, do pretty much most of the workout. But with any other form of exercise, I might have to take a step back and relax and not do anything. So I've hurt my middle toe week 2 into starting the ballet backstage, and I could still do most of the workouts. But I couldn't do squats, I couldn't do lunges, because that would just put pressure on my middle toe. So I think that's another unique thing about it.
It's a really good point, because a lot of the workouts, people don't necessarily know this, but there is such a thing called floor bar. It's a thing. And I'm a trained floor bar instructor, and floor bar is used to rehabilitate dancers that are recovering from injury. And the whole point of that is that if they can't weight bear on their joints, on their legs, they can still train. And so you're absolutely right. You know, if you do have joint issues or injuries, then these workouts are still something that can keep the body strong. And if anyone else asks me, can they do this because they're in their 40s or their 50s, I think my head might explode. It's absolutely a form of exercise that you can do at any age, any fitness level, because as Meghana has just explained, it's a program that has a very clear path for you to follow if you need it. But if, like Meghana, you've exercised for a little while and you understand your body, there's also the flexibility built into the program so that you can make it fit your lifestyle. You don't have to do everything that I tell you to do, but I do try to give you options, because we're all very, very busy women. In fact, Amanda, who was supposed to join us this evening, she is a mental health nurse and she's on call, and she has been called in to work. So that just goes to show how busy we all are and how many balls we're juggling. So I really want to thank you ladies for joining me. I really, really appreciate your time. It's very kind of you to come and share your stories with everybody. It's very inspirational. We have had some technical hitches. So I'm going to repost the whole of this onto Facebook when we're done. So if you're watching now, you can go back and watch the beginning. But if anyone's got any questions, if you're watching and you've got any questions, then please let us know, and we can see if we can get the members to answer those for you. But otherwise, Backstage membership enrollment closes down tomorrow night, so Thursday evening at midnight. The reason that happens is because once I've welcomed all the new members in, I shut enrollment down so that I can focus on serving those members, and I concentrate on them. I'm very interactive inside that members group, So that's why it closes down. So if you are still sitting on the fence and you're not sure, if you've got any questions, please do ask. But give it a go, come and join us, and I look forward to seeing you backstage very soon. I'll drop the link below for signing up if you want to do that now. But otherwise, thank you so much, ladies, and I'll speak to you in the week. We're starting a new challenge next week, Sarah, so
Right.
I'll see you there. Okay, ladies, thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.